This is Lord Privilegington, and you're listening to the Awful Neutral Podcast. If you like what you hear, have your servant leave a 5-star review and a comment on iTunes. Otherwise, have them flogged. I'll personally be leaving 6 stars because I listen to a special iTunes only for the ultra-wealthy. I've said too much. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to Awful Neutral.
Starring Dave Callens as the stalwart paladin.
I'm Kevin. Help, Lothario!
SaraLee Steiner as
I'm Gertrude, but apparently I really sound like this.
Dan Sanborn as the gnomish warlock.
My name's Decorative Cabbage, and a lot of people have been encroaching on my friendships in ways that I'm not stoked about.
Clint Bijou as a powerful cleric.
Hello, my name is Tiffy, and I'm coming out of the closet. I'm a warforged.
Salvador Viesca as the talented rogue thief.
My name is Lothario de la Pulga, and I lost my kitty. If anyone could help me find him.
Jesse Egan as
I'm Chud Bingsley. There's a lot of pandas and candy in this adventure. It's like Pandyland.
Hello and welcome to the Awful Neutral Podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Damian Mercado. With me, as always, is Dave Callens.
Hey, what's up?
Clint Bijou as
Tiffy.
Salvador Viesca as
Tapioca de la Pulga.
There it is.
There it is.
Ooh,
It's getting hot in here.
Latinx.
getting the vapors.
I really hope his voice just changes mid-podcast.
That would be amazing.
Like
No explanation.
Yes.
he goes through adult onset puberty.
Love it.
SaraLee Steiner as
Gertrude.
Dan Sanborn as
The Star. Decorative Cabbage. Best one.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't go with you last because you could say, I got top billing.
Yeah, top billing.
And the star of the show, Mr. Jesse Egan as...
Bingsley. Chud Bingsley. 00 Moo.
Hope you guys are taking notes about
Listen,
that
you didn't
intro.
give me a Dave Callens as, so that's why you got that shitty response from me. So I
Don't
don't
try
want
and
to
make
hear it.
excuses.
That's why.
Dave Callens as...
I'm that cat. What's his name? Kevin. Kevin.
Still made it bad.
Best intro I've ever given you guys, so I don't know what you want from me.
All right, so Dave shit the bed. Let's go on to our guest this week. With us once again, returning as not one but 2 personalities, Joseph Camacho as...
Mr. Dandy.
I'm sorry, have I given away too much by saying you have 2? I know that...
I'm a master of disguise, so it doesn't really faze me because I could just switch my personalities whenever.
That's incredible.
Sound like
Why
one
is
of my
Mr.
clients.
Dandy talking about switching personalities?
I know.
Yeah.
Jesus, you don't confused.
Yeah. It's like last episode when Mr. Dandy was here, but he kept leaving, and then that masked guy kept coming back in.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Chud.
Incredible timing.
When we last left our adventurers, they had just evaded a trap that was set for the panda. They had taken out Paulie Jr. and his forces with the help of Panda Man. After that, the Kenku pirates and Captain Featherbeard came in and revealed Mr. Dandy's secret identity. They then established a plan for what they were going to do next to take down Lord Privilegington. Kevin, at some point, got bored, wandered outside. He could be heard challenging birds to combat throughout most of the episode. At some point, when the plan was settled upon, the gang headed back onto the boat.
I gotta be honest, that's pretty on brand for Kevin, so
Yes.
thank you for that.
While on the ship, some personal business was addressed. We found out that Tiffy is not a he or a she, but is in fact a warforged.
Typical.
Yeah. Gertrude, upon her nightly meditation, resting, was summoned into the Feywilds and got a dire warning from her bitchy older sister
Such a bitch.
about dangers to come. And last but not least, a group of harpies could be seen flying away with Kevin as he yelled, Lothario! Could you tell, could the fans out there tell if that was Dave or Damian?
I don't think anyone could tell.
Damian even
Exactly.
looked at his own, or David looked at his own mouth. He's like, what? It's not me.
Oh no, I'm not needed on this show.
Adios.
After Kevin was kidnapped and taken to Lord Privilegington's mansion, the gang formulated a plan to...
And Kevin instead have been heard saying, "So long, sucker."
I'll edit that into last week's episode. The gang then decided to put together a plan to rescue Kevin in the morning, as well as sneak into Lord Privilegington's mansion under the guise of returning his airship. Oh, and also you guys traded out airships. You guys traded out your party yacht for the Kenku pirate ship.
Too controversial.
For the USS Gertrude's dudes.
Not officially recognized as such.
I
That
recognize
is
it
Painted on
completely.
there doesn't mean that.
It does say, now whether you guys agree with it or not, it does say USS Gertrude's dudes in white paint on the side.
Yeah,
of the
but you can paint anything on the outside of a ship.
Can-
Doesn't make that the
Prove
ship.
it.
I want to see the paperwork.
Continuing
Yeah,
our
I want to.
discussion from earlier, I think the first merchandise we should make is USS Gertrude Dude's
No.
little ships.
Oh, let's all get tattoos.
Gertrude
It's not
Dude.
just
Yeah.
tattoos. Say like Kevin's the best.
All right, if
You guys didn't get tattoos already?
If 6 listeners comment, we'll all get Gertrude's dudes tattoos.
Moo once for
On our
Gertrude's dudes. Moo
On
twice
our
for
butts.
Sandwich Tin.
We open up this week's episode with Kevin. Kevin looks around and he sees that he's in a very poor lit, wet, damp dungeon. He doesn't
Would you
know.
describe it as moist?
I think you're inside Gertrude.
Is he hanging from a
No,
joist?
that would be dry.
That hurt.
Just point of order: is it color chrome blue or like brown? Like what kind of color chrome dungeon are we talking about?
I would say blue.
Blue. Oh, I was going brown.
Yeah, I was
So kind of a James Cameron-y kind of thing.
Kevin realizes that he is chained standing up as he surveys.
Now we're talking.
Oh, for free?
Dear penthouse.
I'm imagining like a bar around your neck, but also around the tip of your tail to like hold it up.
We all seen that album cover.
Next to him, he sees an elvish man who's very beat up. He sees long blonde hair. This guy's clothes, whatever they wore, they seem to be fine clothes, but this man may have been down here for weeks, possibly months. The finery of his clothing, the reds and blues are faded, covered with dirt. His clothes are ripped.
I may have to grab that shirt for my friend Lothario.
The semi-conscious elf, who's in a chained position, very similar to yours next to you, says, "Who?" As you address this elvish man, he weakly speaks to you. "You must be strong. They kill those who aren't strong."
Yes, my strength is actually 18.
If you're so strong, why don't you break those chains?
Can I break the chains?
Yeah.
Try.
All right, what do I got to do? Roll a...
Well, you know what? Roll a strength check.
Whoa.
19.
Strong little
Plus
cat.
4.
23. Kevin strains against his chains, and he can feel them starting to buckle a bit, but it's useless. Unless he somehow was a giant or something.
I'm a giant cat.
You probably need like a +6 to get out of that, and then roll a 19 or something. Anyhow, point is...
Tell that to the guy who's asking you to help him out. I didn't roll high enough. I should have rolled a 27.
The elf looks at you and chuckles and says, "There are many types of strength, brother. I would have been very impressed had you been able to break those chains. What is your name, friend?"
You should still be impressed. I almost broke them.
"I saw them strained. I've been here for months now, and
What is the meal plan here?
they'll force food down your throat to either torture you or just get information from you."
Can a guy from a cell over be like, "But the tapioca's great"? You don't need to force me. I ain't got no teeth.
It's subjective.
The elf responds to the voice in the distance, "It's not tapioca, you fool." "Please don't eat the tapioca." "So what is your name?"
Did you want my tapioca?
"My name is Elton. What's your name?"
I am Kevin, Tabaxi Paladin.
"What got you in here?"
I believe it was some bird women.
The Harpy Squad brought you in. You must be strong in order to have survived them. They are some of Lord Pillagington's greatest warriors.
I am very strong. Did you not see the chains a moment ago?
He says as he laughs to himself, as the DM stares at Dave. Just then you hear footsteps coming down the hall. Be silent, friend. If I may give you some advice, pretend to be unconscious. They may leave you alone. And you hear footsteps getting closer and closer till they come to a large wooden door that you can barely see thanks to the low lighting in front of you. It gets slammed open, and a bunch of bro-y guard-looking guys come in. Oh, time for my favorite time of the day. Time to torture these douchebags. Am I right, bro? We got a new one. Look at this big cat man.
High five, bro.
Kevin is doing that cartoon fake snoring noise to try to fool the guards.
Hey, chodes, wake up!
They have a stick that they poke each of you with.
Elton, you are a chode?
Because goddamn right he is, the other guy says.
You're both chodes.
Bro, I'm loving what you're saying, man. We got great back and forth.
Yeah.
And they high five. Oh, but it looks like the cat man's awake. Looks like we had to have fun with him. One of the guards started attaching devices to you guys' feet. It looks like a torture device. It looks kind of like a vice with two wooden blocks on one end that go on either side of your foot.
Is this like Misery?
On the top end, there looks to be a screw that, whence turned righty-tighty, will bore a hole into the top of somebody's foot. The head guard, gets down and looks like he's about to start tightening the screws on Elton's feet. And so one of the friends goes, hey, what about the new guy, bro? We've tortured this guy for months, man. Let's get the new guy. Yeah, let's get the new guy. And so with that, he goes over to the device on Kevin's right foot. All right, tell us what you know. He leaves it deliberately open-ended.
I am Kevin, noble Tabaxi paladin, vanquisher of evil, and righter of wrongs.
He just immediately starts screwing in the...
I'm a devoted follower.
This is all he knows.
It's burrowing into Kevin's foot as he keeps going. Just Kevin, go ahead and roll a Constitution check.
17.
17.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, 19.
Okay. As the man turns the device repeatedly, the drill bores into Kevin's right foot. If you're looking, you would see blood coming out. But Kevin, on the other hand, somehow either used to the pain or just unaffected by it.
Kevin actually stops and says, excuse me, sir. That actually hurts a little.
Oh, does it, bro? Well, I guess we've been doing this for a reason. The other guys are like, he's barely even screaming, bro. You turning it right? One of the guards, maybe he can't feel his feet very well. Try his hands. So with that, they take the one of the other devices off your left foot, keep the one on your right foot, and attach it to Kevin's right hand. Tell us what you know, bro.
I've told you everything I know. I don't understand what you want.
And with that, he takes a sigh and starts screwing it in. Go ahead and give me a Constitution check.
17. Plus 2, 19.
Okay. As he's screwing it into Kevin's left hand, the guards have had this look of confidence on their face as if they were about to get some sort of satisfaction from Kevin's scream. But it is a scream that does not come.
Quick question: Are the guards laughing by any chance and enjoying this? How would they laugh?
We're screwing his hand, bro. Right.
Bro, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at, bro? He's not even doing it. Are you laughing at me, bro? You're laughing at me and my inability to torture the giant cat, bro?
No, I just thought he was about to feel pain, but bro,
Excuse
what are you
me,
doing?
Gentlemen, this actually hurts. Very similar to the foot.
And with that, they go, all right, time to pull out the big guns. He pulls out a hatchet from a waistband, from a buckle on back.
Not a gun.
And he sees Kevin's tail. He sees Kevin's tail pinned to the wall. And with one swipe, he amputates Kevin's tail.
Oh, wow. It's a world of consequences.
About 2 feet. Roll a Constitution check.
15 plus 2, 17.
Okay.
His tail grows back.
Feels no pain.
You could tell this is an extreme step for the guards. You know, usually they save chopping off limbs for the end or try to avoid that. They don't like to hurt the merchandise too much. They were expecting this to be something that broke this paladin standing in front of them. I didn't like that, bro. No more tail.
Bro, did you even hit it right? He's not even flinching. What the hell, bro?
The tail's not even fucking gone, man. It's gone.
Oh, sick. It's still wiggling.
Cut that. Edit that. He doesn't get to be one of the guards. No, I'm kidding.
One of the big amount of...
Too close to the sun, Sal. Too fucking close to the sun.
Are you kidding? That was like the first time he did a voice other than his own. I'm kidding.
Hey, I just walked in. Another guard. Wow, this is great. Just kidding.
I'm starting to think that you're trying to hurt me on purpose.
With this, the guards are like, all the guards start making fun of the head guard, who was the one who drilled into the foot, drilled into the hand, and cut off the tail. They're making fun of him for not being able to torture.
I don't know what's up with this cat, man. I'm the best torturer here. None of you laugh at me, bro. None of you laugh.
Too bad, bro. You suck at torturing. You're like the worst torturer here now, bro.
Waggling the tail tip in his face.
You know what? I'm going to go get some muscle milk. When I come back, we're going to have a round 2 at this big cat.
And with that guard leaves, followed by...
I'll take some muscle milk.
Dude, he's fucking with you, bro. I'm going to cut so much more shit off that cat. So much more shit.
And he leaves.
Elton, this is very unpleasant.
I must say, you are even stronger than than you had mentioned. Though you couldn't break the chains, I have never seen anybody stand up to torture like that. You are a being of immense control and wisdom.
But not a tail.
What if I told you that I had been waiting in here for months to die, and now that I met you, I think I can?
What if I told you that you could save 15% on your car insurance?
He stares at you in a way.
Can we get Geico to sponsor this podcast? Is that a thing that can...
If not them, at least Progressive.
Or Maker's Mark.
Your joke, while appreciated in this room, Elton just stares at you as if you've said several words that were beyond his grasp. I can see that their torture has had an effect on your mind. What if I told you I could make you whole again? I could give you your tail, and those nasty foot wound and hand wounds will probably likely impair you in the future.
I think I'll be okay.
Definitely by the end of the episode.
There's no need to put on airs, brother. Let me tell you about myself. I was sent from the Fey King Oberon.
Kevin looks at his watch.
Yeah, you just hear wah 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 wah, and then he finally ends.
It's not just me.
And now I will give you this gift. I am from the Feywild. I am an Eladrin elf, and the King of the Fey, Oberon, bestowed a task upon me in this world. I fear that I'm about to pass and won't be able to complete this task. There is something inside of me that was gifted by Oberon.
Is it an ulcer? I had one of those once.
My time is short. Do you agree to take this power?
No.
If he doesn't want the power, I'll take the power.
Shut up, eat your tapioca. I'm sorry, you've had a blank stare. I asked you if you were listening several times. I mentioned this legendary power that was bestowed upon me by the Fairy King Oberon.
The power sounds vague, and yet I like it.
I'm sorry I don't have more time to read you the instruction manual for the powers, but my time on this earth is short. Do you accept the Fey King's power or not? It is a great burden.
As long as I do not have to sign anything, my hands are still bound.
I just need a yes or no, he says weakly.
Oh, well, in that case, I suppose I shall answer yes.
And he just has a smile over his face before he takes his last breath. And the elvish man that you proudly saw sitting in front of you slumps. His body stays motionless for 3 to 4 seconds.
Everybody quiet for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Damn it, Sam.
Press that.
His bowels, thank you for reminding me, Sal, right after his bowels evacuate.
Of Tapioca.
Oh my god, this is my favorite South Park episode.
Is that the power you were talking about?
It's all yours, Kevin.
It's the tapioca.
Just picture this scene. Let me give you a power, and then he dies and shits himself.
Are they serving tapioca?
It is a powerful smell indeed.
I already know that power.
Can we please submit this episode for like an award or something?
Can you give us an award,
No.
please?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm crying.
As he expires after his colon is evacuated, Kevin waits for another few seconds, expecting something to happen. And his short attention span is almost about to give up hope when, from Elton's chest, a globe of light escapes. It hovers right in front of his body. It's a
tiny dancer.
It's a
Hold me close.
It's a yellow light with each drop dissipates into a tiny dancer as it falls away, but not just from below, but from all directions. These drops of light go and dissipate. The light moves in front of Kevin, and the
He
light
reflexively paws at it with his bound hand.
Pause.
Yeah, Kevin tries in chains to his hands moving, but his wrist
Eyes
is attached to the
darting
wall.
everywhere.
The ball of light sees the hole in Kevin's foot. It hovers down towards close to that, then it hovers close to his hand, then finally gathers at his tail before going in front of Kevin's face. Kevin can hear a voice from his mind. Kevin does notice that though he can see this bright light, this light isn't catching any of the walls. This light isn't lighting up the room at all.
Kind of a shit light.
I think that means your video card's about to explode.
The light, finally Kevin can hear in his head. I am sorry about your position. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gallo. My previous host, Mr. Elton, has expired. You must be the one who agreed to take on my burden.
I agreed to take a power from Elton.
I am that power. I can see that we have very similar voices. Something will have to be done about this.
I was really hoping this voice was going to sound like Elton John. And only just made weird references from Elton John.
That's not Elton John right there.
This is my natural form, but as I will be with you. In fact, you will be the only one who can see me if you agree to this.
Kevin looks at his watch.
Like Quantum Leap?
Usually this form is much more awe-inspiring amongst those I meet. I'll tell you what. Since you and I are going to be traveling together, go ahead and close your eyes, Mr. Kevin. And when you open your eyes, I will take whatever form and the voice thereof of whatever you desire. Kevin closes his eyes. When he opens up his eyes, what form does Gallo take?
Come on, Dave.
I really wanted to do Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yes.
The Quaker Oats Man was around in the 1800s, so that's...
Right. When Kevin opens up his eyes, he sees a man dressed in 1800s Quaker garb. In fact, looks the spitting image of the man in our world would be known as the Quaker Oats Man. Gallo sits there with his Quaker hat, long, puffy, white hair, way too many clothes for any temperature above 50 degrees. He stands in front of you.
Did he show up quickly? Is it the quick 1 minute oats or the...
Hello there, English, Gallo says to you with his new voice.
You sounded much wiser before.
I could go back to this voice. It is actually a great strain on me to speak in the way that I was. I will continue to talk like this until we decide upon a different voice. But we have greater things to worry about now. Those guards could return at any moment. And with that, he snaps his fingers. Kevin can feel a warm feeling emanating from his chest, the same spot that Gallo entered him initially. With that, he looks and he can feel his feet mending. He can feel his
You
hand.
guys, grow up, all right?
We're trying.
I can feel your tapioca inside of me.
Right back to the tapioca.
Oh, I could see that entering from your chest provides embarrassment. I could probably find a back entrance that would be more perhaps suitable to you. I will be using... Kevin can feel his tail mending, growing back.
So it's a world of short-term consequences.
Well, Kevin did just make a deal.
Made a finger gun deal.
He says to Kevin, try to break your chains one last time.
Kevin refuses. No, I'm kidding.
You know what? You don't need to roll...
So far, it's working out for him.
You don't need to roll a strength check because Gallo will be that second set of footprints in the sand for you. He's going to be the one who's going to help you break those chains.
Also because the chains were paper mache.
The chains were in your mind the whole time.
There's a lesson there. There's a real lesson there.
The real chains are society.
Society's the bros who cut your fucking tail off. Kevin, filled with renewed strength and hope.
And tapioca.
From this powerful being. I'm warning you, stay away from the tapioca, Kevin. That's one lesson that me and Elton had learned the hard way. I'm trying to save you. Kevin, filled with renewed strength and vigor, struggles against the chain for a minute, and then, almost as if hitting another gear, is able to snap the chains with less effort than he would have thought. Kevin, I'm not strong enough to be your weapon yet, but if you continue to take lessons from me, and learn from
for
me.
$9.95 a month. My once-a-week comedy class.
I could be a greater source of strength for you. I could manifest into a great hammer. I can read your mind. You want a set of hatchets, don't you? Because you and I are one now, I can become a representation of your wrath, but it took much of my strength to free you.
So my wedding vows were similar to this.
Come. you and me will escape this place. I have a feeling that your friends will be needing you soon.
Oh, they will. I am very important to that group.
We come back to the USS Gertrude's dudes. Several hours later, before the party is about to leave to execute their plan. The plan being to take Lord Privilegington's pirate ship, the original one that he offered the large bounty for, and take it and use that, guys, as a Trojan horse to get into Lord Privilegington's place and hopefully be able to take him down by surprise once you're inside the facility.
Okay. Now, when we last left, I had cast a Find Familiar and created a hawk named Hudson, which I wanted to go and follow, try to scout ahead and see if he's all right.
Excellent. Do you want to just have it? Do you want to have it be Assistant Lothario and his scouting?
Yes.
Okay.
Dope.
This was a really eventful rest period. During this time, Gertrude talked to her sister for the first time in many years. That stuck-up bitch.
Went over gangbusters.
Got my finger.
Her finger can now light cigarettes now.
Nice.
As long as there's no wind.
Tiffy has told, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only people who aren't decorative cabbage about your true nature, that you are a soul-infused warforged. Is that right?
You told everyone but decorative cabbage?
No, I only told...
I already knew.
Mr. Dandy.
Okay.
So the rest of you still don't know.
Oh.
And lastly, Lothario put his sneakiness and thieving skills to use in the party by agreeing to go with the Kenku team Pathfinder 2 into the forest to recon. He rolled an 18 plus some, so he actually has an incredible scouting report waiting for you when you go pick him up.
And if I remember correctly, I think I took a nap on the way over, so I'm going to wake up with a hawk, by me. A surprise hawk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Surprise hawk.
And for all you know, this hawk is just some hawk that it's being very friendly to you and it's trying to help you, so you're like, oh man, I made a hawk friend.
Oh, awesome. This hawk loves... You know what? I'm going to name you... I'm going to name you Hudson.
Perfect.
I love it. And so right now you believe, and until you decide otherwise, you believe Hudson is your hawk.
He's my hawk.
Yeah, he is his hawk.
But he will listen to one...
I'm going to have a cabbage moment when I realize.
Unfortunately, he will only listen to Chuck. But you wake up the next morning, Gremmel Stonebreaker is...
Point of note, though, by the way, it's like a celestial hawk. Meaning, I don't think he would see the bird and go, that's a normal bird.
Yeah.
It has an outfit and everything, doesn't it?
My wisdom is low.
It's like made of stars.
I'm not a smart...
Oh, yeah.
It can fly very close to
Yeah,
the sun.
doesn't it have a thong?
They can totally
Like,
fly
what's
close
this
to the
weird
sun.
cosmic hawk that I'm friends with now?
The gang masses on the deck before they're about to head up for the mission. They see Mr. Dandy and Gremmel Stonebreaker going over the edge of the plan, the final portions of the plan. Aye, Mr. Dandy, have we got all the information back from all the Kenku?
It should be coming in now. They say Lothario is about 10 minutes dead ahead.
Excellent. I can't wait for that scouting report. Because that'll affect how we deploy into the mansion. And
I heard it's the must-read of the summer.
Lothario's just typing on an old
Yeah.
word processor.
Professional.
Great.
Yeah, real professional.
Responding to Decorative Cabbage's words, Gremmel and Mr. Dandy look around and see all of you are here. You joined us. Excellent. I hope you had a restful day, because we have a big mission. We're finally taking down that bastard Lord Privilegington. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Hoorah.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to ask of Mr. Dandy? Perhaps any more of his candies?
Gertrude pulls Mr. Dandy aside.
Hey, listen here, bud. I don't want the others to know, but I'm getting real sick of my voice. I think it really
So are
affects...
we.
Shut up! You're not even here!
Awaken mind.
Hearing's incredible.
No, I'd like to think that she's dealt with enough Kevin Burns that she can just hear it in her head.
So,
Like, we're all just
Safe.
like wondering
Shut up,
who she
Kevin.
responded to right
Finally-
now.
So, you got any candies in there that, change this up? Give me a new voice. Can we Little Mermaid this?
Look at these things. I can fit them in here.
I have several different candies that you can choose from. I mean, I gave you candy earlier that seemed to change your voice. Would you like to try that again?
I'm looking for something that's long-lasting effects on the voice without the, how do I say this? The feelings of being sober? Kind of like my buzz. Mama likes a buzz.
Yes, I have these special pills that will just kind of soothe the throat. It won't be permanent. They're attached to this dick.
I knew it.
You giving me cough drops?
Did you see what I thought he just said? That was incredible. That came out of nowhere.
So I can give you about a week's supply of these candy lozenges that'll help you out. I mean, do take one a day. Do not overdo it. It does have some negative side effects if you choose to ingest too much candy, as I've said before.
Do they come in a little dial?
I love that it's a candy lozenge instead of just a lozenge. You're like, yeah, this lozenge, this medicine needs sugar in it.
Yeah.
Sugar helps medicine go down.
Yes, now we're doing Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Yeah, we
All right.
Thank you. I'll take these and I'll think about when to use them.
Gertrude puts them in her pocket for later.
Gertrude and Mr. Dandy come back to the group as Gremmel's finishing up the brief. And
So, thanks to me expert navigating, did you know back in the Dwarven Citadel of Adbar, they used to call me Gremmel the Navigator because I was known for me navigating?
Yes, of course we knew that. Yeah. Why? Yeah, because we know anything about you. Idiot.
It's from all those questions.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic there, little one. So, depending upon after we pick up Lothario, and we should be there in about 2 minutes now, he probably can see us coming up. We'll be picking him up. Depending upon that, we'll be deciding what to do. Now, when we get there, what's the game plan? Are we just going to bust down off the ship gangbuster style and try to take down Lord Privilegington? Or will we perhaps use a bit more subtlety? Just then the ship pulls up to this cliff that looks to be overlooking most of Crow's Point. It's only about a mile out of town. You can see a majority of the city from here. There's plenty of jungle for any sort of scout to hide in. As soon as we get close, you see the air lifeboats that Lothario and Pathfinder Team 2 took out initially to go and get into their point. They're in 2 smaller airships that join onto the larger airship. Once there, what you saw was...
and it's on the report. It's collated.
I like how you color coordinate. I like how you separated each.
And they're colorblind friendly, so they'll work with everyone here.
Yeah, you took out the reds and the greens. I like that.
Accessible.
Has it been redacted, or is it the full report?
It's the whole thing.
Lothario boards the ship again, walks straight up to the crew, addresses Gremmel and the rest. What you saw out there, tell this to him any way you want, you saw the fruits of you and Kevin's efforts at Flame Festival taking root there in front of Lord Privileging's castle. You see not only wealthy elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, humans, you see all the residents of Crow's Point. And they all have pickets, they all have signs, they're picketing, they're riding at the gates. Sal could see a substantial amount of Lord Privilegington's forces just trying to keep this crowd calm. This is a crowd that's somewhere in between rowdy protest and riot. Could go either way at any moment. They're burning effigies of Lord Privilegington. There's a lot of societal angst being taken out at the gates of Lord Privilegington's estate.
And it's all there in the report, guys.
So that's what I read.
Right there.
Okay. Did my hawk happen to find any secret passages or ways in that we could use?
What do you mean your hawk? You talking about my hawk, Hudson?
Oh,
That's a dope hawk, by the way. I meant to say, you get that scouting?
You know what? He just kind of like showed up, but I feel really strong.
That scout's a rat.
At that point, I say, "Come to me, my jungle friend," and then it.
And then I jump over there
from my shoulder.
Wait. After Lothario delivers the report, everybody can see this celestial hawk sitting on his shoulder.
And there's like a constant, subtle like harp strumming.
At that point, I call the hawk back and I have it poop some celestial poop on his shoulder.
Is that Tapioca?
Sorry about that. That's my bird.
No, Hudson. What? No.
What?
I mean, if you need to borrow them, I'll give them back. And I send the bird back and I have it poop on him one more time.
That bird isn't so cool after all.
It's just star poop.
Lothario's view was limited, though he did get a great view of the town. I will say that your bird did notice that if you were to go behind the city, that this side of the city that was blocked from Lothario's view, there were virtually no guards. So if that might be the path, if you were to go meet Lord Privilegington, that would be the path that would probably put you the most distance between you and guards if things went wrong.
So the bird.
Thank you, Hudson.
Well, it looks way better on Lothario.
Thanks.
And I enjoy all the pooping.
So you can make him do it anytime?
Yeah.
Just he poops on command.
Seems like a tactically viable...
I overfeed him.
That's why it flies so low.
Celestial birds.
Hudson flies over to Chud's shoulder as if it's expecting a feeding. Chud pulls out a funnel and just starts pouring milk down the bird's throat.
Yes.
Rusty,
This ain't what it eats, but it does make them poop a lot.
Rust flies over to him too and sits on his shoulder too.
I start feeding both birds.
And then, he's not there.
Gremmel tells you, all right, I assume you relay the information that you saw.
I let him know what the bird said. Squawk, 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 squawk. Backwards, go through the back.
Could you translate for your bird there?
My bird's into backdoor shenanigans.
I figure it's the forbidden dance, he says as he his eyes
wander. 1,000-yard stare.
But I see what your bird be saying. I could see a weakness in the defenses on the backside of Crow's Point, right by the mayor's manor. We'll be pulling up there in just a few minutes. I'd advise you to get any preparations you need. If you're going to do a plan of subtlety, now'd be the time to work that out.
We haven't been subtle yet.
I believe that if you and I use disguise self and disguise ourselves as Polly senior and junior, we could potentially, maybe not senior because they may have found his dead corpse by now, but at least junior. I don't think they know he's dead yet.
I must say that I've been monitoring radio traffic all night. Between myself and the Kenku teams, we have not heard anything from a man in the inside. They have certainly noticed Polly Senior and Junior's absence.
Mostly because radio doesn't exist yet, so we haven't heard anything.
Oh my god, these stones of force speech, they don't work off radio technology. They must work off some sort of magical deus ex machina.
Yeah, why don't you team up again?
Then my plan holds. We should disguise ourselves as them, and we could even use some illusion to make it look as though we captured some of our fellow companions.
If you guys are all up to it, you guys can bring back the panda in his capture and be returning an airship if you need it into this place.
I don't know all of our casting abilities. Does anyone else have disguise self?
So yeah, I can make some brackets and some.
I can cast 2 spells at once with my Acorn of Bethag. So I could cast disguise self on myself and minor illusion, some chains on someone else, and you could use chains on yourself. And then all we have is Gertrude and Lothario.
You hear Gremmel in the background while you're having this discussion. He's on his stone of far speech. He's talking to a server bot, and they're arranging. He's letting them know he's entering the mansion's airspace. He's continuing the illusion, letting you know that you only have a few minutes left.
So why don't we take the reconnaissance idea and send half of the party around through the back, maybe, as a backup plan?
We both have the AdSec Sono, so we can go invisible.
Yeah.
Was it in the shadows, or...?
I think a halfway decent plan is pretending you guys, whoever's disguised, is turning in the panda, and if people can turn invisible, that might be a good plan too.
I can go invisible too.
And you guys are bringing in the panda. I can cast minor illusion on myself with my shadow arts.
Parties of 3. Chud, myself, and Panda, and the 3 of you. And I know you'll be fine, Cabbage.
Sure, I'm always fine.
Okay.
I know.
All right, so
should I disguise
you even got lost in a book and you're still fine.
Okay, so everybody knows what they're
disguising
doing?
ourselves as guards then, you and I? You're going to be Polly Jr. and I'm going to be another random guard.
Polly Senior and Junior. We can be both of them and be heroes.
All right,
returning
two
the airship
Polly
and Panda Man.
Hey, Chucklehead, you're still like a tough guy.
Oh, you're such a tough guy.
You're a tough guy. I'm a meme format that's very popular and effective.
So we just checked the AdSec Sono. Lets us teleport from shadow to shadow up to 60 feet away. So.
Well, no, we can also
What's Junior sound like?
So
yeah.
That's you cool. You have to move from shadow to shadow, but you can also teleport up to 60 feet.
Oh, that's separate.
Well, you guys are arriving about 8 o'clock at night. There will be plenty of shadows.
That's
cool. Okay, so, all right. So everybody describe what you're going to do.
You be Senior. I'm not good at talking. I can sound like people, but I always fuck up.
All right, I'll be Polly Senior. You be Polly Junior. We're going to take in Panda Man as a
and I'll be Pollyanninous. Fuck.
There it is.
You said that word wrong.
You did indeed.
So as the ship,
she's going to be Pollyannis.
The ship
Got
starts.
multiple butts.
The ship starts to descend. As it does, Chud snaps his fingers and transforms into the form of Polly Senior. Tiffy snaps. Tiffy snaps. You know what? You're a fucking Warforged now. What do you go by? He or she? Tiffy snaps his fingers and transforms into Polly Junior.
I prefer it's.
I know.
It's,
be aware.
Yeah, because you're right. You're a machine, so I need to refer to you as.
Yeah.
Mr. Dandy spends a key point and minor illusion shackles on his wrist.
Perfect. Gertrude and Lothario, I believe, go invisible in the shadows. They put on their Ad Sagsong cloaks and they hide in the shadows, ready to teleport to the next shadow that would give them advantage. Decorative Cabbage.
He gathers up his hurt feelings and then touches his forehead and makes himself invisible.
Gotcha. If there's something you want to say, if there's something jealous you want to say,
no,
to
it's
TV,
okay. It's okay. I'll be fine, apparently.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. How long I've been drinking?
I just don't feel like being
You know
funny.
what? We got a job to do, apparently.
So the ship descends. As it does, you see several server bots are ready to receive you.
It's just lean back.
It's just like my wedding night.
Oh, they're the fuckbot models.
Just then the Lord Privileging comes out. What are my pleasure models doing outside? Get inside right now. Server bots, not pleasure bots. Server bots, get out here and receive these gentlemen. Bend over and receive these gentlemen. They've returned my second favorite airship. I thought I'd never see it again. And he looks and sees USS Gertrude's dudes on it. What have they done to you?
Seriously.
So many things.
So many things.
What is this peasant writing on the side of my ship? Just then, Gremmel sets down the ship just at the dock by the mayoral mansion. A bridge goes out, extends itself into the dock, just feet away from where Lord Privilegington is standing. Get off my boat! I want it back!
Okay, well, I guess...
He says very ungratefully. And he looks up, he sees Polly Sr. and Polly Sr., where have you been?
Well, bro, I've been off partying, of course, and running things for you at the Flame Fest.
What happened? That was a disaster. Some horrible cat man and a man who I believe looked ethnic of some type said terrible things about me and got the crowd to... Look at them, they're at my door. Go kill them all, Polly Sr.
Well, yeah, but did you hear about Genuine, though? That was pretty dope. That's how it sounded.
You mean Ja Rule did play?
No,
Yeah, that's right.
No Ja Rule. We had a surprise encore from Genueezy.
He takes off his white powdered wig and throws it on the ground in anger, a puff of white powder coming out as it hits the ground. That was supposed to be Ja Rule.
Oh, maybe this will cheer you up. We brought a prisoner here, Panda Man. We caught that bastard for you. Sorry, I was kind of falling into my old accent there a little bit.
Move it, bro.
He's too distracted to realize that Polly's senior voice changed for just a second. His eyes light up when he sees Panda Man. It's like when Lex Luthor sees Superman almost dead.
By the way, like the American Chopper guys always bicker, right? Could that be like a
That's
current
right.
thing about their
I can see you.
distraction purposes? Like?
I can see you finally got your son under control. It's the first time I've seen you guys not fighting. Thank you. You know, I've told you that family counselor that I recommended works wonders.
Yeah, we come to an understanding that he's an idiot.
Bro, no. We understood that I did everything and you were fucking everything up. But look at this. We got the Panda Man and the ship back. And I guess he did a little bit, but it was mostly me.
Anyway, we got your prisoner, so, how about a reward?
You people are so greedy with money and everything. Fine, you can have your payment. What did I say, 10 gold?
Actually, I think you're going to give us that ship.
I most certainly will not be giving you this ship. In fact, everybody off my ship now. I goes, go ahead. Polly, actually, you work for me. I don't think I actually have to give you any reward. In fact, I think that one of my employees found it. It actually means that I saved a bunch in ransom money and reward money. Thanks, Polly. Go handle the riffraff at the front gates now. And with that, Lord Privilegington in his confidently turns around and dismisses you guys, starts walking away.
Kill him.
Panda Man begins rushing towards Lord Privilegington as he's walking towards the house.
You know what? I'm going to roll.
Can Lothario like tap Gertrude on the shoulder? Like, oh my god, they're so method. I love it.
All right, I'm gonna roll. I love that Panda Man is doing a justice rush. I'm going to roll a dexterity check, but not for Lord Privilegington, but for the server bots. Ooh, 20. Panda Man doesn't so much break free of his chains as they just disappear. Actually, surprising the server bots closest to him. Panda Man, with incredible agility and speed, starts sprinting, dashing straight towards Lord Privilegington, ready to give him a mean shoulder tackle.
I was going to give him a stunning strike to his back of his head.
I love it. Unfortunately, one of the server bots in between you, lining both sides of the dock, reacts quickly and jumps in front of you and Lord Privilegington. If you'd like, you can deliver the stunning strike to him.
Sure, I'll attack the server bot.
All right, so
like a hop to the side like a football player.
Go ahead and just roll me a d20. We're gonna see if you're able to use your momentum.
It's a 13 plus 8 for a 21 if it's an attack.
Excellent. These server bots don't have a lot of health. Do you want to paint this picture of how you destroy this thing?
I just punch through it, knock it to the ground, and keep my momentum forward towards Dandy. Sorry, towards Lord Privilegington.
Gotcha. So the panda runs forward, dashes forward. A server bot jumps in the way. With lightning reflexes, he is able to adjust his action and puts one of his fists effortlessly through this metal construct's face. Unfortunately, though, this has alerted Lord Privilegington, who turns around and snaps. When he does, the Panda Man is cut off by all the server bots who are around him. It's roughly 10 to 15 start converging on his position.
Have we successfully flanked the rear position, or we've?
Yeah. What are you guys doing during this thing? You guys.
So we're going around the background, right? Like.
And it's mostly dark. So are we still invisible if we were to engage?
Yeah. You guys can engage right now if you want.
I'm jumping out. I'm engaging.
So 13 server bots start going on your position. I'm going to say that you guys had your chance to act. You guys are acting now. What do you want to do? Shoot a finger blast?
Finger blast, yeah.
So a finger blast and a bolt from an arrow and a.
I'm going to try to move behind them first, so if that takes a turn or whatever.
And I already popped my candy.
Right. You two stay invisible.
Gertrude's just gonna follow whatever Sal does.
And we can't see each other, so we're doing the buddy system.
Yeah. But I don't have like that kind of impulse control. Like I see violence go down and just jump in.
Decorative Cabbage sees what's happening and actually makes a smart move. He tries to take down Lord Privilegington before he can strike. Unfortunately, he had already snapped his fingers. When that happened, it engaged some sort of protocol with the robots. All of them started forming up on him, almost as if in a Voltron-esque fashion.
Damn, ambush, reverse.
These robots bend and contort and go to positions that certainly will void their warranty, but they do end up creating quite the badass attack mech for Lord Privilegington.
I yell out, "Oh no, the prisoner got away!" Crap.
Lord Privilegington is sitting, there is an arm, he has a right arm and a left arm made of about, let's say, 2.5 server bots each to form clockwork mechanism joints. He's sitting in kind of a open air cockpit. At the top, 3 server bots each make a leg, and the rest of their various parts. This body looks almost like it looks very clockwork-like in its and steampunk. It looks like kind of a distorted mutant version of one of the server bots. Go ahead and roll initiative, everybody.
The Hawk's with you.
Yeah, you got him.
But they don't listen to you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna give him an idea to shit in the eyes of
Tapioca all over.
Operation Tapioca.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to let you know that Gertrude has a 22.
What?
Alright.
Lothario got a 23.
Panda has an 8.
No, I got a 6. I'm sorry, but
I got a 13 as well.
Lothario, you are up. Lord Privilegington stands before you, this imposing figure in this mighty mech. You hear boss music playing in the background. Lord Privilegington looks down at all of you. They say money can't buy you happiness, but if piloting this and smashing your enemies isn't happiness, then philosophers can go fuck themselves.
I pull Hudson out of my coat because he's like invisible, and I'm like, "Hey, if you want to go shit in his eyes by any chance, like you did all over me earlier, you're more than welcome to." And do I see anything? Any weak spots or anything?
Do a perception check.
Natural's 1-7.
Natural 1-7
with -1. I should have.
You notice there's 2 weak spots. One, the human.
Butthole, the motivator, or
one, the human. The very vulnerable human sitting up top. 2, you do notice from your position in back in the shadows that there does seem to be one kind of main fuel line that looks to be kind of exposed. Maybe if it's not fuel, then maybe it's electricity or arcane energy. TV could probably tell you more.
Is he moving? still?
Not yet. He is sitting there taunting about how wealthy he is at the moment.
So I got like my sneak attack. I want to use my regular arrow shot and see if I can clip that rope, that little fuel line.
Okay, if you're aiming for a particular point, that's disadvantage, but because you are shooting from advantage, it'll just be a normal roll.
It'll cancel out.
So it'll be a normal roll. So that's your call.
I rolled a 9 with 9 plus 8.
9 plus 8? That hits. Roll damage.
4 plus 8 is 12, and then...
So 12 regular damage, and how much sneak attack damage?
There you go. 3 and 1, 4.
3 and 1, 4, plus your 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lothario shoots at the fuel line. In fact, I'm going to give you, because he did risk and go for that specific spot, 10 more damage on that. Lothario from the shadows takes aim with his +1 crossbow. He sees this important tube-looking thing, squints his eyes.
I actually cross my eyes when I shoot.
He crosses his eyes in a terrible shooting technique that he learned, but somehow shoots the arrow. It pierces into the tube. It doesn't sever the tube, but certainly now you can see little bits of electricity coming out of the hole.
This is going to be another messy one.
Lothario, that was your action. Do you have a bonus action?
I can hide with my bonus action.
Yeah, so just roll a stealth check.
18 total.
18 total?
I got an 18 total.
Yeah, Lothario, after shooting that bolt and making his hit, Lord Privilegington turns around just in time to see this human, roguish male disappear, completely vanish into the shadows behind him.
And I start giggling.
What the hell? How much money do I have in order to do that? Gertrude.
All right, Gertrude's going to do the same thing with the longbow and just follow everything that Lothario just did.
I think you get 2 attacks. You get to shoot 2 arrows. So you don't get the sneak attack, but just go ahead and roll twice.
Okay, 18 and 11.
Okay, your 18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage for that one.
9.
All right, Gertrude steps out of the shadows, knocks 2 arrows at the same time, and lets them fly. The first one sails wide right of Lord Privilegington, possibly because she had a coughing fit at the end of her bow draw. But the second one does hit the console right in front of Lord Privilegington. A bunch of hot oil sprays into his face. What the hell is happening here? You could tell that Gertrude has done a decent amount of damage to the part of the machine that Lord Privilegington uses to control his mech. Lord Privileging, he's up. All right, Lord Privileging says as he tries to think of one of the worst things he could say. You poor people. I will show you how things are done. He walks over to the panda. I'll get to you two in a second, he says, referring to the 2 figures who attacked him, one of which he can no longer see. He goes over to Panda Man, who is standing there with a robot head, I assume, in his fist. And he is going to multi-attack, do 3 attacks on the panda with his battle axe. 2 plus 8, 10 for the first one.
Does not hit.
25 for the second one.
It might hit, yeah.
3 and 11 for the third hit.
Does not hit.
And let me roll some damage for that. The giant mech stomps on the dock towards Panda Man, each step shredding the concrete and wood beneath him as this powerful machine moves recklessly towards the pandaed crusader. He takes 1 giant swipe downwards. The panda is able to jump to the right out of the way. Takes a second swipe to the left and right. Ends up catching the panda on his left torso, leaving a big gash roughly to the left of where the belly button of a real panda would be.
Which is where exactly?
It does...
You'd be surprised.
Well,
13 damage. The attack actually knocked Panda Man a little bit out of reach for Lord Privileging's mech's third attack. Damn it, I will kill you. Get back here and get under my axe, he screams at the panda.
As we all have done at one time in our life.
People do what I tell them. Get under my axe. Chud, Bingsley, and TV both rolled a 13 on their initiative, but TV is the higher dexterity. TV goes first. TV, what do you do?
Dad, we gotta protect Privilegington. Oh. So I walk up, right up to him, and to get next to him, and I cast Inflict Wounds at level 3.
That's right, Polly Jr. Get over here and help me take care of this panda. Get within striking range of both me and the panda.
And I roll 14.
That misses. Immediately when you do this...
I miss touching him.
I'm going to say that for this touch to work, you have to have contact for like maybe a second or two. And as soon as you touch him, it becomes a hostile act. You drop your form. You are no longer Polly Jr. Lord Privilegington, as soon as this action happens in his periphery, pulls away. What the hell? Where's Polly Jr.?
That's what I'd like to know. Where's that son? What the hell?
Get him, Polly Sr.
So as a bonus action, I cast Shield of Faith, raising my AC by 2.
Chud Bingsley, you were up.
I attack my son. No, so how far are we from the gate where all of those people were trying to get in and rush the castle?
Fairly far.
If I cast Fairy Fire, is he going to be affected by it?
If you cast it just right, you could encompass him and the space behind Lord Privilegington. In his mech, he actually takes up quite a bit of space, so...
Okay. I think it might be a good spell. Meaning any attack roll against the affected creature has advantage if the attacker can see it.
What did I have to beat? I don't beat it. So portal opens up for a second. It's only about the size of a golf ball, but from this portal in a circle above Lord Privilegington, you see little specks of light rain down.
Little specks of milk drip down.
Yeah, I'll say it's milk. It's milky white.
Nice.
Oh, it's just the tapioca we feed the prisoners. Lord Privilegington is now covered. Ugh, I'm ruined. I'm covered in tapioca. I will kill you for this. Panda, you're up.
The panda looks up at Lord Privilegington and takes his mask off.
Mr. Dandy!
This town belongs to me. It's always belonged to me. You and your stupid father took it away.
I would have had my muscled goons beat your crippled ass years ago had I known that you were the panda man.
Whoa. I just realized Privilegington is a jerk.
You know what? He's a real jerk.
He's a real
not a
jerk.
cool guy.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he was real likable up till this point.
He had potential at least.
Yeah.
He walks with a cane. I don't...
Mr. Dandy's going to unleash his attacks at him.
Hell yeah.
And with Fairy Fire, it's with advantage, right?
Yeah, you get advantage now.
The first one doesn't hit. I rolled a 4 and a 2. The second one's 22 to hit.
That does hit.
For 8 points of damage, and he's going to do Flurry of Blows for his bonus action for 2 more attacks. And then a 22 for the second one. And then the fourth attack will also hit for... all 3 attacks do... It was 8 and then 7 and another 7.
14 plus 8, 22. Gotcha. Panda Man looks up at this giant mech. He runs up Lord Privilegington's leg. He parkours up Lord Privilegington's leg, bouncing off the arms. As he does, he kicks the first time at the body, but he didn't plan his parkour move right and misses. Second blow, he comes down and punches the control panel right in front of Lord Privilegington. Sparks shoot into Lord Privilegington's face. Not doing any real damage, but causing Lord Privilege to say, I'm blinded, my eyes.
And it heats the tapioca, and it just makes it very uncomfortable.
I'm covered in sparks and tapioca. And as the panda is going to the ground, his hands are just in a flurry, lightning speed punches all the way down this robot's body. You just hear metal being dented the entire way. And when he finally gets to the bottom, he stands there for a sec. Then all of a sudden, you see all the dents appear in the metal, and almost like an anime, as if he moved too fast for physics to take effect.
That's dope.
I always love that.
All right, Decorative Cabbage, you are up.
All right, so I'm gonna use Finger Blast to shoot him. I also have advantage because I eat candy. That gave me advantage.
21 to hit.
That certainly hits.
So 7 damage
total.
With his first Finger Blast.
With my first Finger Blast.
With his first Finger Blast, 7 damage.
Bam.
Should we give me advantage?
16.
16 does not hit. Decorative Cabbage stands up on the edge of the ship because while he was invisible, he never got off the ship.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh damn!" Lord Privilegington shudders at such a low-class voice and accent. With finger guns in both hands, and he lets loose with his right and left. The right makes contact with Lord Privilegington in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, physical pain. I haven't had this in years.
Served up hot.
The other shot from his left hand sails wide. Lord Privilegington starts taking a hit off of a vape pen.
Pain.
This helps with the pain. Just then, coming from inside Lord Privilegington's mansion, you see a tall armored figure show up in the walkway. Give me a perception check, everyone.
12.
I got 20.
20? Okay, we have a 20 and a 21. Gertrude, Tiffy, and Chud can see a little bit more than everybody else. Everybody else just sees an outline, an imposing outline. They don't know if this is Lord Privilegington's reinforcements or what it is. But the 3 that I mentioned can see that this form is cat-like. Not only is it cat-like, it is fucking Kevin. And not only that, but he seems to have found his equipment at some point because he is now wielding his hammer.
Nice. And he tosses his severed tail bit onto the ground.
No, it healed. I slowly tied the tail around my head like a headband to Rambo.
Wax on, wax off, motherfucker.
So Kevin shows up with, it looks like it's confusing to all of you because he has his full tail, but it looks like he has another version of his tail, a bloody version, around his head.
He looks like he's undergone some character development.
Though Kevin's body does not look injured, an anger and a change in him.
Kevin doesn't know.
Just look. Vario! And then I hold up my actual tail to show you that it's there.
Kevin! Yeah, you got your tail, buddy. It's good to see you, man.
My tail!
Yeah, my Kevin.
It's been fixed.
It's been fixed for a while. I think you got that.
Cannon.
And with that, Kevin joins the order. What is your initiative roll?
17.
7. Thario, you were at the top of the order. Your friend just arrived, and it's not too far from you, location.
I use fast hands to give him a high five.
All right, so Lothario uses...
He misses.
Roll for high five. Roll for high five.
Okay. Lothario did drop out of stealth when he did talk to Kevin, so he was a shadow, dropped out. If you want to use your bonus action to give a high five, gives a high five, but you can go ahead and attack.
Yeah, no, fuck yeah, I'm stoked to see you, my friend, even though I try to pretend like he's not my friend when he's around.
You do get sneak attack damage because he is engaged with the panda.
So I sneak attack damage, start high five.
Oh yeah, and you have advantage.
Final attack. We'll finish fighting the giant robot monster. I'll take the hands.
Natural 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your 1d8 and double that number.
Fire. That was the one you gave me. Fairy fire.
So you do 16 damage. I'm going to roll 2d6. So you do 8 sneak attack damage and 16.
How's that fuel line thing do?
How's 4 plus 2 equal 8?
It's sparking and there's an arrow in there.
Okay.
And if I shoot a second shot on it, is there a chance I could sever it finally?
No.
Okay.
Just because you didn't say you were attacking that beforehand.
Okay, got it.
You didn't call your shot beforehand. Okay, so 16 damage from your first shot. Lothario comes out from the shadows, gives his buddy a high five, exchanges emotional glance, then turns, fires with his crossbow, and strikes Lord Privilegington in his other shoulder, doing massive damage. In fact, like taking off a big chunk of flesh on that right arm.
It's piercing. Does it hit him?
It almost goes all the way through. Oh, these peasants are using pole things to hurt me. Next is Gertrude.
All right, Gertrude's gonna do her longbow again. So first one I rolled an 18, second is a 16, and the third is a 23.
Your 16 does not hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so the first one gets a 7 damage, and the second gets a 5.
So you do 13 damage. Okay. Gertrude, this time, as if shown off, knocks her bow, lets them all loose.
I send these out in the name of USS Gertrude's dudes.
I don't know why her voice changed.
Lord Privilegington shudders, thinking about what it says on the side of his boat. Gertrude's dude. And before he can finish his sentence, one of the arrows that Gertrude notched strikes the console in front of him, spraying hot oil into his eyes. The other arrow doesn't hit far off, spraying sparks. So now he's covered in sparks, oil, and tapioca.
Go,
Fire?
True.
It's a Thursday night already.
What is this new fetish?
Lord Privilegington and this machine are not looking good. All right, Lord Privilegington, he is up. Lord Privilegington is up. He kind of sees that the jig is up, but he looks down at the panda man. This is all your fault. I will kill you if it's the last thing I do. And he takes 3 attacks towards the panda.
Right up the motivators.
Right in the motivators.
Does 17 hit?
No, it does not.
19 hit?
19 is my armor class.
And so he hits you twice. He rolled a 19 on the second.
Wow.
All right.
Is your person wearing glasses?
12 for the first attack and 8 for the second attack.
Dandy falls down.
He
He's covered in blood, gurgling, and he's like just reaching for his candies. Like, just trying so hard to get a blood-covered candy in his mouth.
It's like got the wrapper. He's like, God, why do I always make the wrappers like this?
Bury me with my candy.
Lord Pilbington strikes down once. The panda, just like last time, effortlessly dodges it. But this time strikes out again with his other axe hand, and he was not quick enough.
The panda vanishes like Obi Kenobi.
We're
Star Wars.
And each one of these attacks, were they like identical, like Mega Man boss attacks? Like it was like.
These two were, yeah. Okay. This guy's called Rich Man.
Okay, yeah.
He uses the power of money to fight his battles. The second attack smashes Panda to the ground. Panda's deeply wounded as he looks up and sees a third strike coming down. That is the last thing Mr. Dandy sees before he goes unconscious. Everybody looks.
It's been fun, guys.
Not the candy man.
So everybody just saw Mr. Dandy just get pulverized into the ground.
Chad, no!
You hear grumbling coming from the crater about candy and this wrapper, and this is the last thing. Kevin.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nat-
I'm assuming one of the hammer, obviously.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
So it's a 27.
27 attack. All right.
Also, I'm using smite, and I have savage attack, and if the damage is a 1 or a 2, I can re-roll it.
Can you jump up and like come down like a motherfucker?
Oh, please.
What am I doing? Come on.
I know.
6. What did I have?
How much
9
different
plus
swords?
5, 14 plus divine smite.
It's a good thing
You multiply his. He doubles his die, so.
Right. He did like 40 damage or something.
Yeah, like 40 damage, something like that.
If you're liking our podcast, like it on iTunes, and then correct our math, and
You can submit your corrections.
tell
to-
us how we're playing wrong, and then tell us how we're playing right.
And give us 1d6 rating.
Yeah.
Send them all to corporate@mcdonalds.com.
And tell them about how Decker Cabbage is the best character.
It's 25, but without any doubling.
So that's 50.
Between the crit damage for his giant maul attack and the divine smite does, I don't know, our calculator broke, but roughly 50 damage. Kevin looks up with anger, being that the last unpleasant moments he had were basically due to this rich asshole in a mech in front of him. Do you have anything you want to say before you smite him?
Tapioca wasn't that good.
Lord Privilegeton hears that in time to turn around and see this cat man flying through the air.
And just so we're clear, I'm not mad at Lord Privilegeton because of what happened, because that didn't hurt me. If you remember, I was just like, whatever. I'm just mad that he's fighting my friends. So.
Okay. Right now we see Kevin flying through the air, hammer poised for an attack. Do you want to paint this destruction? Okay, I like this. Lord Privilegeton turns around just in time to see this giant cat man swiftly jumping through the air, wielding his hammer. He looks up just in time to see Kevin bring down the hammer on his head, smashing it Gallagher style in front of everybody.
The crowd cheers.
The attack was so mighty that it smited all of Lord Privilegeton, not just his head. The smashing, because his body was confined to a cockpit, he just smashed all the way down to the torso. Really,
even evacuate his bowels.
In fact, the bowels evacuate upwards through the giant hole in the upper half of his torso now.
And land on Lothario.
Yeah.
Oh, more tapioca.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have pink eye.
And with that, the mech falls lifeless to the ground in front of you.
Looks like I almost single-handedly defeated another foe.
Well done, Cabbage.
As right before he lands, like Decorative Cabbage has already said this.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So, 2 things. One, I want to cast Cure Wounds on the panda.
And with that, Mr. Dandy springs back up.
So 8 plus 4.
All right, so Chud walks over to Panda's body, puts his hand on his cheek, and says,
"Rise, my sweet bear boy."
2d8 plus 4.
2d8 plus.
You're healed for 6.
Okay.
Thank you, my sweet cow man. How can I ever repay you?
I'll take a candy. Maybe
That's how.
Here you go, my sweet angel.
Oh, thank you. Oh, look, it's cod flavored. My favorite. Thank you. Wait a second, this one's tapioca.
Some bitch.
So as Kevin's watching this scene, he sees the panda get up. He sees Decorative Cabbage claim victory. Gallo comes out in front of Kevin. You did a wonderful job today. I saw that final attack, most impressive. I feel you might be the one that I need to complete my mission.
Well, then let's go.
I agree. Then we shall go. Are these your friends?
They are indeed.
You guys, by the way, can just see Kevin having his speech. Like, you can't see Gallo.
And someone's standing exactly where Gallo would be. Like, what the hell's going on?
So Kevin sits there looking insane, having a speech with somebody who nobody else can see.
Lothario, I stayed at the most awful Airbnb.
I can't wait for you to tell me all about it, buddy. It's good to see you again.
With newfound appreciation gleaming from his eyes.
Lothario reaches into his bag and pulls out a jug of old rancid milk, just the type he normally gives Kevin. In fact, the same bottle that you got from Chud yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just been getting super warm
So
and curdled in your bag.
already. Hey, Kevin, I got something for you, buddy. For old time's sake. It's been a day since we've seen each other.
Hands a jug of milk to Kevin, and the two share a look of old-time friends, trusted companions, possibly lovers. And with that, we're going to go ahead and call it the end of the Awful Neutral podcast.
So Star White
Forever.
milk party. Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening. Hope to see you back next time, nerds. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so very much for listening, and I hope you stick around as we grow and get better. If you like what you heard, please check out my other podcast, Science Faction. It's a comedy science news program available on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening, nerds. See you next week.